We live at about 7,600 feet in the Colorado mountains with a very short growing season, so we want to build a greenhouse that will allow us to get started earlier each year and in effect extend the season. So we have a big property. This is the front yard, and there's no real place to put a greenhouse here. Still looking pretty much at our front yard. Now here's the backyard. This is not all of ours. Our property line goes right up to about there where you see our compost bin and the birdhouse. And well, there's place to put a greenhouse here, but the problem is that right now the camera is facing towards the northeast, and that's not a good location for the greenhouse. Also, if we were to put it, say, here, it would be a little too far from the water and the electricity, and basically just not that convenient. So we're going to put it here. Those four corners are very roughly where it goes. Is a couple of yellow wheel chocks, a yellow oil funnel, and a water container. This is not the active driveway. This is the old driveway before the house was redesigned and renovated about a dozen years ago. It's used for guest parking, but we figure we can put the greenhouse here and there's still plenty of room for guest parking. The nice thing about this location is it's close to the house, so there's electricity and water, and the long wall will face southwest. And there's some shadow there now, but it's still early in the morning, and by afternoon the sun should shine directly onto the greenhouse. So this is a very compacted gravel driveway. It's been a driveway for many years. It's not level, but when I build the foundation, I should be able to level the foundation okay and then build up from there. Now here's an example of what we don't want. This is a kit, polycarbonate sides, polycarbonate roof, and while it functions fine and I guess it looks okay, it's just not the sort of thing that we want in such a prominent place. So although we've been talking about a greenhouse for a couple of years, we really haven't proceeded because we just didn't think this is something that we wanted. But we recently were in Maine at a town called Waterford, and the Waterford Inn where we were staying had this greenhouse that is made of old windows. So this is what we want. There are 8 old windows on the long wall here, a couple of stained glass windows around the door, and if you look at the inside, the other wall, more old windows. So that's the way we want to go. We want to build a greenhouse from old windows. So when we got back from our trip to Maine, we started collecting windows. That's really where we need to start because we can't really design the greenhouse until we know what we have in the way of windows. And some of these came from an online marketplace. Some of them came from a resource center where people donate building materials and other people can buy them. And we have some of the windows here stacked against the house. And then we have some other windows. This one here is an old church window, and that's going to go into the gable, one of the gables. Also, I want to point out that a few of the windows have broken panes, and so one of my jobs is going to be to learn how to replace a broken pane by removing the putty, putting in the new piece of glass and re-puttying, and that'll appear in the video later on. Here are the last 6 windows we got just a few days ago by driving 105 miles into Colorado east of Denver. These were actually doors, but for us they'll be greenhouse windows. And here is our greenhouse door that we bought for $15 at the Resource Center. This came with hinges already on the door. Unfortunately, it wasn't pre-framed, but I took a 2x4, ran it through my jointer to get one side to be straight, and then I mortised the hinge using a template and my router. So it is mounted to the 2x4, and when I get to that part, all I have to do is attach the 2x4 to the framing, get that to be plumb, and then reattach the door, and the door should work just perfectly. One more quick scene here. This is the location of the greenhouse before I showed it from the deck, but here it is at ground level. So as we accumulated windows, we started to place them onto a diagram of the greenhouse, and just by luck the last 6 windows fit perfectly, so we are complete. Let me go through this quickly. On the upper left is the southwest wall. That's the wall that's going to face the mountains. The yellow window, the 3 yellow windows marked 6, 7, and 8 here are stained glass. We've located them, we've seen them online, and we're just waiting for the seller to get back from her vacation, and then we're going to go buy them. They have the northeast wall that's up against that iron fence that you saw. And then we have the gable that faces the entrance to the driveway, so that's the first thing that people see. That's the southeast gable. That church window that I showed is up there in the gable. The diagram doesn't show the exact shape. And then the northwest side, which is closest to the house, is where the door goes. Finally, let me mention 4 triangular windows up in the gable. Those I'm going to make myself. You can't go buy triangular windows, but I will learn how to make them. And one more rectangular custom window. So with this, we can see that the long wall will be exactly 12 feet. The short walls will be just about 10 feet. The walls will be 8 feet high, and the gables will add another 6 feet or so to the peak. The roof will be at an angle of 45 degrees, which works well. And I didn't mention it, but the roof will be polycarbonate. Windows don't work on a roof. The hail would clobber them. And polycarbonate lets in lots of light, so we will use polycarbonate at least there. So this concludes chapter 1, which is basically deciding where the greenhouse goes, accumulating windows, and doing the initial plan. And what I now need to do is start buying wood and build the foundation, and that'll be in the next video.